there are some reasons to move to North. And so we've kind of looked at this and talked about it at board meetings for 2 meetings now, and some other conversations before that, about there are reasons to go to North too. So we kind of talked about it as a plus and minus, pros and cons thing. So, number one, I think the reason to move to North is because that's what we said we were going to do, and we don't take that lightly. And we've had lots of conversations about that at our board meetings. This is what we told the public, the community, we were going to do. Specifically, that's what we told our juniors, who we understand it's their senior year, and we're not trying to ruin it for them, and we feel bad about that. But yet, I've got to move them somewhere regardless. So I don't know that whether it's at North or Central. Yes, one will be air conditioning, the other won't. They don't have that now. It's going to be problematic and kind of chaotic no matter what we do. But we do take it serious. That is a factor. That is a reason to move them to North, because that's what we said we were going to do. Parking probably becomes a little bit of an issue, especially when we looked at it at the beginning. I think it becomes less and less apparent that that's an issue. I'll show you some information on parking here in a little bit. If we're at North, I probably am just taking students to the Max and to the tech building. And everything else is up at North. But we're probably not teaching science and facts like we need to. So that would be a reason maybe to go to North, is the fact that it probably decreases the amount of busing I have to do, moving kids around, versus if I'm at Central, I'm probably having to take kids to Grant some hours. I'm having to take some kids to the tech building some hours. So those are some reasons probably why we'd want to still look at North. I do think we have some solutions to some of those problems. First of all, we don't like it that if we have to, first hour ends and a student has to go to Grant Junior High for chemistry. We realize over a year's time the loss of instructional time that may occur because that student's maybe 3 minutes late to that class. We may lose some things there. One of the things we've thought about to eliminate and is picking up conversation is going back to a block scheduling just for this next year. I've got some information in a spreadsheet on here that I'll show you about block scheduling. But essentially what that is doing is allowing us to eliminate half the transitions is when we do that. So that's one thing that we're going to look to talk about a little bit. We've talked about having a lot of flexibility perhaps at the beginning and end of the day. From a liability standpoint, and just because I don't know that we want to, I don't know that I just want to allow students to drive back and forth all the time during the day. But I think there's some flexibility we can have in that at the beginning and end of the day. So I'll give you an example. If, right now we're talking about, because we'll have a new band room at North Elementary, and that's probably where all of our band students will go for class. If high school band remains first hour, which it probably will, it would make sense for us probably to allow a student who's driving to school anyway to drive to North Elementary for band and then proceed to Central after that, and then they're done for the day. If they've got to go somewhere else, then we'll probably bus them somewhere, third, fourth, whatever hour it is. Kind of a similar thing at the end of the day. Or you could say if they have chemistry first hour at Grant Junior High, can they go to Grant Junior High, take their science class, and then after science class drive to Central, and then that's where they're at for the rest of the day. I think we can look at those things. Same thing at the end of the day. If my last hour is PE or weightlifting at the Max, it would make sense after, the hour before that when I'm done, I can drive over there, take my last hour class, and then I can go from there. So I think we've got some flexibility at the beginning and the end of the day, but I don't think we want to entertain options for students to just be driving all over all day long.